Hello and welcome everyone to our favorite channel Soft Signal. Before starting with this episode, I would like to apologize every viewers of Soft Signal that we could not come up with the episode in today's match between RCB and SRH due to some uh, personal commitments we had. So let's move on to this episode, and this is going to be a double header. We are only 2 days into the last final stages of the league matches, and the last four matches are remaining. The only 2 days left for the super IPL, and the 2 days are going to be blockbuster because the first match is going to be between the Kings. Yes, Chennai Super Kings taking on the Punjab Kings. So Chennai Super Kings, they have already qualified for the playoffs, yet they struggled against Delhi Capitals to get that number one position. But we might see that CSK regaining that position or not. We'll have to see against Punjab Kings. The dreams of getting qualified for the playoffs are crushed, and they were crushed hard by RCB. It was a pretty controversial match, a controversial decision that took place in that match, and it will be remembered for years. So, in the last encounter between these two teams, we could see that Punjab Kings they scored significantly lower, 106 for 8 in 20 overs. That was just below par for Punjab Kings, and in that match, Shahrukh Khan he was the lone survivor for Punjab Kings. He scored 47 runs. And CSK, obviously, with their big batting lineup, they were able to complete this target within 16 over. And also, Moeen Ali, he was the star with 46 runs into his bag. Coming up to the most important match of this year's IPL league stage that every team will be looking forward is Kolkata Knight Riders taking on the Rajasthan Royals. If KKR win this, Mumbai is going to be in the very tough position because of the net run rate. The only three teams those are in the positive net run rate are basically Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata Knight Riders. So it's going to be a tough task for Kolkata because of Rajasthan Royals. But looking at Rajasthan Royals, how they struggled against Mumbai Indians, they actually helped Mumbai Indians to get their net run rate with a great start. So yeah, KKR versus Rajasthan in the last match, KKR they scored 133 runs with the help of Rahul Tripathi. He scored 36 odd runs. The score was below par, but they managed to score 133. And Rajasthan Royals, they scored 134. Yes, Rajasthan Royals beat Kolkata Knight Riders in the previous encounter with the help of the skipper, our Sanju Baba. 42 of 41 runs. Yes, he scored slowly with a strike rate of around 100, but yes, they won. So moving on to this match, we'll start with the first match. I am joined here with the twin brothers, just Shubham and Omkar with us. So we'll get with the first match, and I would like to ask the first question to both of you is, Ambati Raidu is back in form when they needed him the most.
Yeah, Kunal. I never felt Ambati Raider was out of form. Yeah, basically he got very less games to play, so big innings. I feel he was in form, but he wasn't getting that much of deliveries to play. My major concern is Dhoni's batting. He's not hitting up to his mark. We have seen in the last game that he scored around 18 runs in 27 balls, and that is not we expect from Dhoni in last overs, log overs. We want him to hit the ball out of the park. So management need to look out for that position. I guess Ravindra Jadeja should have come in at that time, and he was there in the red hot form, and uh, he could have scored that 20, 30 odd extra runs for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. The CSK middle order is quite concerned. Like they were playing Raina and Dhoni earlier, and now they replace Uttappa, Dhoni, and Raidu. So yeah, like Raidu's coming back in form is a great sign for Chennai. So like their middle order will be like slightly, uh, slightly making some strength. And yeah, I am like I hope Dhoni takes picks his form. And if that part is if that part is like you can say it taken care of, and if Dhoni's batting clicks, then Chennai's team is unstoppable.
Yeah, and
Yep.
my next question to you both guys is that Dhoni has made a statement that he will be playing the next IPL if that happens in India and that in Chennai. So basically, CSK would have two options to retain and two options for RTM. Will CSK go for that option for Mahendra Singh Dhoni to get into RTM, or will they retain him first?
They will
Uh,
obviously retain him because he needs keeper into the management side, I think.
No, no. I don't think they will retain Dhoni, because Dhoni himself want that CSK should not retain him. He will go for auction, and they can buy him at a much lower price. And if they say around, like, suppose three crores, suppose, and if they say 3 crores, they can buy a great player.
Yeah, so what I feel is, yeah, you mentioned it right. When the bid comes, you have to save those precious amount. But don't you think that MS Dhoni, he has a team building process, and he's not looked as a batsman anymore. I think he's more looked as a captain himself, like a
Yeah,
person who should build the team. And if and
yeah,
as you are saying, this they will RTM him. That obviously means all the 10 teams will have a chance of getting him. So if any teams feels like we should get more, or they badly need him into the 11, even if they want to spend more amount, they will obviously go to someone else, and then CSK might RTM him and get into the higher amount. So that's a bit of gamble, I feel, because the two teams are coming up. There will be two different management part. The two new risk-taking abilities will come into the picture. So, and obviously his base price will be higher.
Yeah, it will be interesting
yeah.
to
Also,
know how the team plan for the two players they want to retain. Yeah, do will CSK will and RTM they go like Faf and Ruturaj. That's what I feel.
They have already mentioned that Ruturaj is going to be retained. So I don't think the three retained players, I guess, would be MSG, Ruturaj, and Jaddu. And RTM, it's a long choice. DJ Bravo might get into the playing 11.
yeah,
Sorry, into the
yeah.
squad. And many
Sam
teams,
Curran.
but I don't think Sam Curran is going to play again for CSK with such a bad performance with the bowling. He is injured, and unfortunately going to miss the T20 World Cup also. But yeah, it depends on the performance. But a very interesting stat that I have with you guys is that we have all said DRS full form isn't decision review system. It is Dhoni review system. And interestingly, in this year's IPL, out of 10 times, Dhoni has missed 8 DRS. The So what do you guys think about that? 8 fails out of 10, 80% wrong decisions. So what are your thoughts on Chennai's DRS?
No, sometimes like Dhoni take DRS for just for fun. In the last match, you could see like they were walking off the field, right at that time he took the DRS for Deepak Char. So sometimes he takes it for fun, and like I think the only bowler who took DRS in the CSK camp is Deepak Char, and majority of the times he gets wrong. So yeah, it's not that concern, but like every time they take DRS, the Dhoni is like Dhoni is confident whether it is out or not out, but he takes sometimes his DRS for bowlers.
Yeah. So
But it's good sign like
when I,
Deepak Char can understand from those mistakes also.
Yeah. Yeah. My next question to you guys is that KL Rahul made an upset statement in an press match interview that management doesn't want him to play aggressive. They want him to play as they want him to play as an anchor like innings.
Anchor.
So, so what do you think is his importance as a captain in the team?
Yeah, you Kunal. No,
Gaonkar.
but okay, because you are the perfect candidate to answer that question because you play an anchor role in our team. So no, it's
So yeah, I'll go.
it yeah, sure.
Yeah, so what I feel is, as you mentioned, I play an anchor role because that's my natural game. I don't
Yeah,
hit those big
perfect.
sixes, or I'm the kind of guy who wants to take those singles and doubles or get a boundary in between. But you should play with your original and the natural instinct you have, and you have been playing. And for India, he has never played an anchor innings. He has always been an aggressive opener. So I don't feel like there should be an extra pressure of changing your natural game. You should play your natural game. Management, they should back their players based on their natural game. You cannot ask a T20 batsman to. You cannot ask Pujara to go and hit every ball for six in a T20 match. Even management has to decide that yes, in the auction itself, that yes, this is the player who can play an anchor innings, or this is the player who can play big shots. You cannot ask Shah Rukh Khan to go and play for those singles and doubles because he is a big hitter. We know that. So management, we have raised questions about Punjab management, and even the Punjab Kings fans, they want Kings 11 Punjab back and not Punjab Kings because of the poor management. You cannot, like, uh, one can change a role up to the 19th over, but when you want to finish the game, you have to be at your natural game. Otherwise, you won't finish the game, and we have seen with the Punjab Kings. Even Nicholas Puran, he is playing some rubbish shots, I feel, and getting himself out. There is no need for opponent to get him out, but Nicholas Puran, he is the one making mistakes, and I feel the management has absolutely failed, I think, because they are making a lot of changes. They made Ravi Bishnoi sit into the dugout, whereas Fabian Allen and they were bowling. So it was, I don't think what's going on in Anil Kumble's mind, but I don't think it was like if the management was perfect, I feel Kings 11 Punjab getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think during the fielding, KL Rahul is the captain, and during the batting, he should be a batsman. So there is no need to alter his batting style. So yeah, management decision was poor, absolutely.
Yeah, there are
Also, I
only
would
few
like to
teams.
point the one thing.
Yeah,
I
go
don't.
go on, Kunal.
Also, I would like to point that Chris Gayle, he is a opener. He has opened innings for his national side, and he has been opening since for last year also. But you have just put down his position to number one when he comes in after the power play. There is no need of Chris Gayle because even a miss hit of Chris Gayle goes for a six. But if he miss hits, at least it will go outside a 30-yard circle
Yes,
and they will score extra runs. But you are playing him in the one down position, and that makes no sense with the universe boss.
Yeah, absolutely correct. There are very few teams who have captain on the field, and we know there are few teams who have captain off the field. So
I
yeah.
know where you are coming.
No, no.
yeah.
I was mentioning about Rajasthan Royals.
uh, no, no,
Oh.
it was a great segue. I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let,
coming on to the next match between Royals and Knights. So it is an epic encounter. Like all the Mumbai Indian staff players would sit front of TV and will be watching match tomorrow. So yeah, Kunal, we'll start with you because you are a KKR fan. So like I
Fingers
want
crossed.
to, yeah, yeah, I want to ask like what would be the approach tomorrow? Like uh, they were known as aggressive from the start of this leg. Will they play same kind of cricket in tomorrow's match, or will they change the approach like just to win this match?
We have seen
Like
in the last match
playing
also
safe.
they played slow because of the nature of the track they had, nature of the pitch. It was very difficult pitch to bat on. So that was the reason they played slow and took the game to the last over. But if you see, they have been playing aggressive cricket throughout this tournament. And if the pitch is good, if it's a batting friendly pitch, and you think that yes, we can dominate from the start, KKR won't change the nature. Also, KKR is bit of concern that even though they are in the first driving position for this game, Mumbai, with their last performance, they might get ahead in terms of run rate. There is a slight possibility. Can be, but it's a difficult chance. But again, with Mumbai Indians is such a strong team, and on their day they
Yeah,
can finish any target in 8 overs, and that will be enough for them to qualify for the playoffs. So yeah, I feel they should play aggressive and they should also try to make the run rate a bit better because Rajasthan will be under tremendous pressure with the nature they played the last match. I feel like poorest performance like we saw in the first match KKR against RCB. So I hope the last KKR RCB match repeats itself in place of KKR RR and we see KKR dominating this game.
yeah, first time I
yeah,
want to say that KKR looks a much settled team in this edition of the IPL in the phase two, I would say, because they have got good batsmen in opening slot. They have Venkatesh Iyer to fire and Shubman Gill to play an anchor innings. Then you have Rahul Tripathi, Nitish Rana kind of there. So that boost your batting, and in end you have Karthik. For Ian Morgan, I think I would be okay if KKR is winning right now. uh, I don't mind his form. I think he's doing brilliant job as a captain, and in bowling department they are fabulous fan because they have got
yeah,
great bowlers. I feel you have Sunil Narayan,
yeah,
you have Varun Chakravarti.
You have
yeah,
added, they
and
have also added
uh,
Shakib Al Hasan into the squad, into the
Yeah.
11.
yeah, yeah. It was a great move, man. Shakib Al Hasan in the playing eleven, like he's that kind of player who can turn the match with bat and ball both, as well as with his fielding also. So he took the run out also. So yeah, KKR made a right move to bring Shakib in the playing 11. So talking about the Rajasthan Royals, their campaign is like ended. So how will they go for the auction? So which player they would retain?
I think they need to reassess their reassess their
Uh,
way of retaining the players, because
so yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Go on, sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
because they are,
I will complete that. I will complete my part later. Sorry
yeah,
to interrupt you.
yeah, because they have Ben Stokes, they have Josh Butler, Jofra Archer, who are from England and from the same nation. They need to retain the players from kind of different countries, I would say, because the schedule gets, because we know that ECB um, arranges the schedule in the during the IPL, so they need to consider that factor also. Uh,
So Shubham,
and,
will they return Ben Stokes and Jofra also and Josh Butler if it gets?
uh, I don't think they will retain all the three. I would say they will return two batsmen. I guess they will retain Josh Butter and Ben Stokes. I am quite afraid they will go with Jofra Archer.
So
Yes.
what are your views about that, Kunal?
Yeah, yeah. So what are your views about Kunal? Shubham, you have to say on this.
uh,
So,
what are your
yeah,
views about that, Kunal?
yeah, yes, I feel Shubham said on point because one factor which should be considered is Jofra Archer. He has not been playing competitive cricket for a long period of time, and his injuries is a concern even for the England board. So, Jofra Archer, after this injury, we don't know how he is going to perform. Uh, we have to look at his performance and then decide whether we should retain him or not. But the two players that they should absolutely go for it is Ben Stokes and John Butler, because these both are the top performance for England and they will perform no matter what. So yeah, he was on point, and for RR is the most inconsistent team in this year's IPL. Once they
Yeah,
score 190 for 2, 3, yes, they are scoring like they are flying just like Superman. But when in the last match, it was like a complete opposite of the performance they showed. So they are the most inconsistent team. And on the starters, I would like to replace Sanju Samson as a captain. I don't think he is a perfect captain for Rajasthan.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think the only
So
team wouldn't have trouble in mega auction is Rajasthan Royals, because they have only four players to return because they have Josh Butler, Ben Stokes, and then Sanju Samson, and you should go with Chetan Sakaria. I feel he is the find of the season for them, and he would continue to perform for them in the upcoming IPL. So yeah, these are the four players
yeah,
you should go with.
but yeah, I will return Rajasthan Royals admin first. It's quite funny. Yeah, jokes apart, I will go. I will go with Ben Stokes. Then I will go with Chopra Archer because bowling wins matches, T20 matches basically, and Sanju Samson of course, and in bowling of course Chetan Sakaria.
Right, and the one player that I would not want to get him into Rajasthan is Rahul Tewatia,
I
because
knew that was coming.
because every team has a proper spinner where he's a proper bowler. Every team has proper bowler. Yuzvendra Chahal or Rahul Chahar. The KKR's mystery spinner Varun Chakravarti. Every team has that. But for Rajasthan Royals, you don't have a proper spinner. How long are you going to go with Rahul Tewatia? He's averaging 47 in bowling and averages 11, 12 in batting. So what are you expecting from him to just go and ball just दो चार ball डालो मेरे को मैं खेल के आता हूँ? This is not the attitude you should look for. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in this match. As I said, RR is the most inconsistent team. They might score 200 also, but KKR might chase down in 18 overs or Rajasthan might score 15, 150, and KKR won't be able to cross 100 runs. So they are the most inconsistent team, and we don't know what they are going to do in this thing.
Yeah, if it's RR day, then the Knights will be in trouble. But but God knows, like how RR will perform. So yeah, like the one point you stated that they should win by a margin, in the such a way that MI could not be in competition. So yeah, like
Yeah.
because MI did that in previous editions, so they know how to perform under situations, tough situations. So yeah, KKR should not take this match lightly, and they should like win this match with a like good net run rate. I feel.
Yes, yes. Because if you see, out of the three positive teams, KKR is the third on that spot, whereas
Yeah.
Rajasthan Royals has the worst net run rate in this year's IPL.
Yeah.
They have minus
Yeah.
0.73. So they are the
Yeah.
worst net run rate, and they have completely failed as a unit. I feel management plus the team, and injuries added just a salt on the top of that. So yes. So do you guys have any other questions?
No,
So
right.
we are good to wrap up the show.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, guys, this was fun talking with you too, and we'll meet tomorrow again with another double header. The last day of the league stage, and we'll see who qualifies for the last spot. The last day is going to decide the last team to get onto the fourth spot. This is the beauty of IPL. So I hope you
Like
all like this video. And if you love what we do, please like that button, share it with your cricket fans, share your opinion with us, comment down below your top picks and who do you think will qualify for the last spot. And this was a great talking with this. And on a serious note, guys, follow us on Instagram because we post daily. Instagram was down, still we managed to post that last message. So follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We tweet every match. And on a very serious note, guys, wear your mask, use sanitizer, maintain social distancing. Do not go into crowded places. Festive season is coming. We know you want to play Garba, but this is just time, guys. We are in this together. So stay safe. Peace.